How's it going, everyone? I'm Vivi and welcome back to some Crash Bandicoot. What did I say in my previous video? Didn't I say that we'll get more footage very soon? Well, within 2 weeks, we got new footage. There you go. I feel like they're gonna do this very often until the release of the game on June 30th. Anyways, what do we have this time? The third level of the second warp room from Crash Bandicoot 2, and this is where we meet Polar for the very first time. Now, technically speaking, the purpose of this 15-second footage is to focus on Polar, but we do get to see a bit of the layout of the level. In this level called Barrett, we have to ride Polar throughout the whole thing. And like I always said, I feel like they're showing the most memorable moments from the Crash Bandicoot series. One of them being Polar. I mean, look at him, he's looking all cute. The sounds he makes, he sounds like a puppy. Anyways, the footage starts off with Polar standing right at the entrance, just like the classic, in the warp room. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but by jumping 10 times on this poor little thing, we get 10 lives. Now, I don't know if they're gonna keep this in. Sure, all of the layout and all that overall in the trilogy looks the same, but Polar is standing right at the entrance, just like the classic, so who knows. Now, talking about entrances, the last time we saw an entrance was from the Dr. Neocortex footage from the first warp room. And I just want to point out something quick. In my older videos, I talked about the crystal and gem imprints on the rocks. I thought they weren't present, but they actually are. They're on the right, placed vertically. It's very faint, but it's there. Next thing we notice, spinning on top of a broken crate. And this is when you die and we're basically standing on a checkpoint. Now, looking at this area, the boxes in the back, the crates I mean, I can't seem to pinpoint out this location in the classic. Yes, it is part of the Barrett level, but this area right here, I don't know, it doesn't look familiar. Unless they are changing some of the layouts? I don't know. Maybe you guys can try and figure it out, I have no clue. But as for this one, we can notice it in the classic version. But there's one slight difference. Instead of a life crate, we have a crate with a Wumpa fruit. We can also recognize the slippery ground, the ice, the icy cold water afterwards. Again, Polar is looking all adorable and cuddly. Look at it, it's all fuzzy and cute. As for the death animation, it's exactly the same. You freeze and Polar is resting on top. As for this area right here, we are able to recognize it. It's the area right at the beginning of the level, where there's a slope. Same thing for this area, the whale jumping out of the water. As for the next scene, it's very brief. It's a scene from the unbearable level, from the final phase where you ride Polar. The giant bear in the back, it's still terrifying, but not as much as the old pixelated one. I mean, look at it. That smile still haunts me to this day. One last thing I want to point out, it's a 15-second trailer, nothing much to say. What's the point of rambling, right? Tripping over structures. Same thing as the old one. We trip and our body ends up in the snow. So overall, this icy level, guys, it all looks the same, looks fantastic as usual, it looks beautiful, Vicarious Vision is doing an amazing job, and this level looks very cool. You see what I did there? No, a bit cringy? Okay, okay, I'll just leave. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. So as usual, leave all of your thoughts in the comment section below. And yep, I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching.